Good morning. Welcome to Friday, and super pumped about today's topic. Money is love. And if you are even slightly triggered by that statement, you will definitely want to tune in. First of all, don't believe a word I say. I often say this at the start of my courses simply because I think it's so important as well. With so much information coming to us and from so much, external circumstances and external people, we always want to be like taking in and seeing whether things are a really good fit for ourselves as well. Hey Kim, great to have you on here, hon. So of course, like I said, don't believe a word I say. And if you're curious about what it is that perhaps you're triggered by, if you are triggered by that statement, then take some time to really, just get curious and open and take that through your own filters. But of course, we can't fill an already full cup. So if we're wanting to get new information, we need to empty the cup out as well. So enough of my kind of preachy stuff. Definitely wanting to dive in around the topic of money and love and how we can quite often think that money is a bad thing, or money is not, is used for evil, or having too much money is greedy, or any of those things. And I know for myself, transforming my relationship with money has absolutely transformed my ability to be able to receive more money as well. And I think that this is really important because at the end of the day, I truly believe money is a great thing. Money gives us options, and money makes us more of who we are. It's helps us to amplify who we naturally are already. Now, in some cases, that may not be a great thing, particularly, if we're, quite mean or horrible, or we're using money for bad things. And money is just really energy at the end of the day. And so, the same as the more that we can use money in a good way, or get more money into the hands of truly heart-centered, heart-based people that are here to help others, that are here to contribute to make a difference to the world, then I think that we've got a real revolution on our hands. And that's my personal mission. It's why I'm so passionate about sharing this. And I think that Dalai Lama said it best, like years ago, was that Western women will be the ones that heal the world. And and I think when he says that as well, I want to bring in the fact, hey Christy, great to have you on, hun, that it's not only Western women, it's the feminine energy, and feminine energy is very, very receptive as well. And so that's where this topic of like money and love really can get intertwined, I think, simply because if we are guarding our heart, if we're shut down with our heart, if we're untrusting of others, or not trusting ourselves or others, if we're guarded when we meet new people, all of those things, it will be 100% impacting our ability to be able to actually receive on any level, whether it's money, whether it's love, whether it's compliments, whether it's appreciation, any of those things, because we can't receive through a closed heart. Hey Nat, great to have you on, darling. So it's a very, very powerful thing. And I think, we've all got so many different stories, so many different ideas around what money really is. And I love to teach that I truly believe that money is just a representation of love. Love being our highest power. When we're disempowered, we're in fear, we're in scarcity, we're in lack, we're in worry, we're in doubt, we're in overwhelm, and we're cut off from our actual inner power of being able to attract, being able to create whatever it is that we're actually wanting. And so with this concept of money is love, it's really allowing ourselves to be able to receive. And we'll have all sorts of stories as to why we can't, or why we shouldn't, or why it's bad, or why it's wrong, or why it's too much of this or too much of that. And at the end of the day, all of our beliefs are totally impacting not only the way that we experience the world, they're seriously like putting on a pair of glasses. And for anybody that's been to any of my workshops, they know that I often demonstrate that and say, when we've got these beliefs on, it's like putting on a set of glasses and how we actually see the world as well. So it's super important too, just in terms of understanding what are our underlying beliefs, what has come through, what were we told as kids, what was our experience around money. If you had parents that fought about money, you're going to feel like money is absolutely not love. Money is something that people fight about, or money is something that, just is uncomfortable or awkward. And I also like to introduce the concept, which I'll be talking about in my Manifest Your Money course, at an even deeper level as well, which I'm super excited about. And really, what is your relationship with money like? If it was a partner, or if it was a close friend or a loved one, would it feel appreciated, or would it feel taken for granted? Does it get yelled at or criticized, or felt like it's not there for you when you're wanting it? So does it feel used? Does it feel neglected? So all of these things, when you think about money, like what feelings arise within you, what comes up within you, because if it's anything other than love, appreciation, I can promise you'll be repelling it on some level. You may have an idea that I just need just enough, but you'll find that you're always just scraping by then with that amount, with that belief as well. I was working with a client the other day, and we've been working on that belief for a little bit with him as well, and it's so important to move beyond and being able to have an abundance. It's the same with money, it's the same with time, it's the same with energy. If we don't have overflow of those things, if we don't have an abundance of those things, then it's very hard to have enough left to give over to others. And it's our responsibility to take care of ourselves first. We can't give from an empty bucket. Hey Jan, hey Tracy, great to have you guys on. So the more that we're able to actually allow ourselves and get rid of this old mentality of that we've got to give until we're like completely bled dry. I know that I felt like that for such a long time, and I truly believe that's what love was as well. It was like just giving until I had absolutely nothing left. Self-preservation, guys. Oxygen mask first. You might have heard that analogy before. If the plane's in an emergency situation, the air hostesses don't tell you to put the oxygen mask on everybody else first. It's self-responsibility, because when we take responsibility for ourselves, not only is it one less person that other people don't have to worry about, but we also really get to then, the more responsibility that we take and the more abundance that we then create, then we can go out and help others from that position. We can't help from a place of weakness. And quite often, a few of you might have already heard this analogy as well, but sometimes we think, oh well, I can't take more than my share, or it's greedy to have too much of the pie. I truly believe we create our own pie. Every single person has their own pie. It's not one collective pie where there's this finite amount of money. Money is being created every single day. Money is being printed every single day. And the true fiscal kind of reality is it's all based on an illusion anyway. So it's all just numbers in a bank on a computer screen. So it's a little bit crazy how we can kind of buy into some of the fear-based things around not having enough money, or if I take too much then somebody else misses out. Hey Lisa, great to have you on, darling. I truly believe that there's more than enough for everybody, and the more that we actually allow ourselves to accept and receive that, to take responsibility for our position with money and what we have or haven't been allowing ourselves to, or what we have or haven't given ourselves permission to receive, then we can always take things to the next level. And so whether you're at a place, I know years ago when I first became a single mum, my heart was so closed off as well. And I would totally disagree with you there, Trace. So I don't know whether you've meant to write money is the root of all evil, or money is not the root of all evil. I have to 100% disagree with you. And I say that with absolute love and compassion. Greed and lack and scarcity is what creates challenges as well. So the more that we can actually step into knowing that money actually is love, in the way that we can give to others, that we can contribute to others, that we can provide for our family. When I think about all the things that money has provided for me over the years and the opportunities for my kids, I wouldn't have been able to send my girls to the school that I really wanted to. I wouldn't have been able to educate myself to be able to share other different things and different learnings with other people. I wouldn't have been able to, put food on the table. Like, there's so many things. Like, if we think that money is the root of all evil, how can we well, that's again like another position as well too, hun. And I remember when we spoke last time, or we were interacting last time on here, and you were saying, I'd rather be happy than have money, and it doesn't have to be a choice. I think that that's really, really, really important, and we certainly don't have to beg for money. If we're begging for money, we're not in the energy of attracting money either, because then we're in a place of need, and we're needing and we're wanting. We're not in a place of having. And again, that will continue to attract our circumstances with money. So it can be a really, really challenging thing. And like I said initially, hey Max, great to have you on. Like I said initially, when I first became a single mum, I was living in fear. I was living in absolute terror that it really, I didn't trust anybody. I thought everybody was out to rip me off. I was terrified, particularly around men, that they would try and take my money, or that they would try and use me. Like, I felt so scared. And anytime somebody even potentially offered me an opportunity, I would shut that down as quick as possible, because I just didn't trust anybody. But at the deeper level, I didn't trust myself. My heart was so guarded at that point, simply because it was just like I was in full protection mode. And when we're in protection mode, we're going to be shut off from the world. We're going to be retracted. We're going to be withdrawn. We're not actually going to be open and recepting and attracting the things that actually will light us up, that are aligned for us as well. Hey Kylie, great to have you on, darling. Hey Danny, great to have you on too, sweet. So it's a powerful, powerful thing when we can really start to transform the energy of money in the way that we actually receive it, the way that we deal with it. And at the end of the day, like, money is whatever you make it to be. Like, if you truly, truly believe that money is bad, yet you're not able to provide for your family in the way that you're really wanting to, then there's a massive inner conflict that's going to be creating incredible heartache, because at the end of the day, we need money to be able to pay for things. We need money to support our family and to do all of those things. So like, if we've got this idea that money's bad, there's no way you're going to allow yourself to receive that. You're going to be like so gutted. If you believe that rich people are greedy, if you believe that rich people are bad people, you're never ever going to actually allow yourself to become one of them. If you think that it's ridiculous if people drive luxury cars or buy diamond rings or any of that stuff, whatever you judge, whatever you're critical of, you will never allow yourself to receive. And maybe you say that you don't want that, and that's fine. It's not again, whatever we believe, we're creating for ourselves as well. So I was told by my mentor, and I just love this, because it really flipped the paradigm, because I think on some level I was still thinking that having too much money was bad, and we have all of these levels as well. And that's great, hon. And it's really interesting with, I guess, like, now I've kind of lost my train of thought, sorry, but with expanding like our money ideas, and like, whatever level that you're at, there's a reason why you're not allowing yourself to attract the next level. So I know it took like a very different mindset for me to go from 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100, 100 to 120 to 150, 200. Like, all of those things, it requires a different level of mindset. It takes a different level of mindset to become, from a 5-figure earner to a 6-figure earner, from a 6-figure earner to a 7-figure earner, from a 7-figure to an 8-figure, because we're constantly got to be clearing the rubbish. Otherwise, you'd already have the stuff that you want. You'd already received the money. So somewhere inside of you, there is a part of you that actually doesn't want this as well. Absolutely, Kim. And same for me. I've definitely recognized that as well. Hey, Marianne. Hey, Bev. money really does give us freedom and options to be able to give more love. Like if we're able to help and contribute in amazing ways, then that's an expression of love. And like I said before, money is whatever meaning that you create for it with yourself. I love to have the idea that money is love. I truly believe money is nothing but energy. And again, energy can be used in good ways and negative ways. Whether that's being a force for good or a force for evil. It really comes back to whatever you make it to be, and whoever you are as a person, it will amplify that. So it really is just a conduit for how we get to live our life, for what we get to receive as well. Hey Linda, great to have you on, darling. So one of the things that can really, I guess, is an indicator of where you might be blocking yourself or deflecting or denying your own inner power. And quite often deflecting money is actually a way of deflecting our own power. And we're cutting ourselves off. If love is power, and I love that concept as well, if fear is disempowerment, if anybody's been following me for a while, you'll know about the emotional guidance scale. So fear is like when we're completely disconnected from our own inner power. It's not power over another. The only reason why people want power over somebody else or feel controlled or dominated by somebody else, so then there's the pushback and the need for control, is because we're actually disconnected with our own inner power. And that inner power at its highest level is love. It is abundance, it's freedom, it's expansion, it's empowerment. At its lowest level is fear, is despair, is powerlessness, is depression, is anxiety, is worthlessness, is guilt, is overwhelm, like all of those things as well. So it makes such a difference to be connected to that highest power where we're actually allowing ourselves to receive so much love coming into our heart, coming into our body. Not only are you going to have amazing health and well-being, your body is showing you where you're resisting, like being able to receive more as well. If you are in pain anywhere, it is a state of dis-ease. So there's an unwillingness to be able to receive what it is that you want. And some of that comes in from very, very young age, from our subconscious mind, from 0 to 7, all those things that we've been told by society, by our parents, by well-meaning adults, all of their theories about money or their fears about money, we've picked up. We're like sponges at that age. We've probably given, some of that to our kids. So if you've got children, I truly believe it's our responsibility to clean that up, firstly for ourselves, but also to be able to teach our kids that there is an abundance of all things, because when we're allowing ourselves to receive, when we're taking responsibility for ourselves, there's no need for greed, because there's an abundance. So like if you feel fully confident and connected to your own power that you can get your own needs met by adding more value, by helping others in the world, then that makes a massive difference. You're not in fear. You're not trying to get power over another. You can remain fully connected with that love internally and be able to continue expanding from that true place of nurturing, loving, and taking care of yourself. So if you deflect compliments, if you deflect somebody buying you a coffee, or somebody, like if somebody gives you something, oh no, I couldn't take that. If you're deflecting that, I can promise you're not allowing yourself to receive at the full capacity that you truly, truly can. And it really is unlimited. There's nothing that you can't ask for. I think that it's so important to remember that. And the only thing that's blocking it is there'll be an inner conflict of why you don't want that or why you wouldn't choose that. Normally because other people are going to judge me, other people are going to think I'm greedy, other people are going to think I'm materialistic, other people think I'm going to be like I'm bad, or you're judging yourself for all those things as well. Hey Rosie, great to have you on, Dylan. And it's so interesting, like all the different little money stories that can kind of come up. And this is where doing the deep internal work that we're going to be doing in the Manifest Your Money course is so powerful as well. And not only that, your peer group will influence you so much. So even if you are open to receiving more money, but you're surrounded by other people that feel jealous of other people, your environment is going to be impacting you, where you're like, oh, that's still not quite okay, or gosh, I better hide that part of myself, or gosh, I better not embrace that part of myself. So all of those things will be impacting, again, your ability to receive at your full level. And again, there's always another level. So like doing this deep money work is absolutely transformational. I think it's transformational from a self-love point of view, from a worthiness point of view, and you'll discover that worthiness just doesn't even come into it. That is all ego, survival mind, thinking it needs to be worthy, thinking it needs to be enough, thinking it needs to be more of this or more of that, or studied more, or be doing more, or working harder, or any of that stuff. There is so many rubbish money stories that we've grown up with, that we've built over time, that really diminish our ability to be able to receive. And at the deepest level, I think overcoming these stories is setting yourself free. It's allowing yourself to live with a more open heart of how you're actually feeling every single day, being able to give and contribute more, which of course makes us feel like great internally as well. And you know, we've taken responsibility for ourselves. So if you've got some money stories to clean up, if you're feeling like money slips through your fingers, or like you're able to generate a lot of money but you can't keep it, I can promise you some of this stuff is going to be playing out, and it's time to clean that up. The more that we allow ourselves to receive, the more that we can contribute, be the fullest expression of who we really are as well. And I'm so excited for you, Lisa, as well. Hey Jerry, great to have you on, and a huge congratulations. There's a few girls on the call that are also already in the Manifest Your Money course. If it does resonate with you, or if you know that you've got some money stories to clean up, maybe you know you might already be in a great place around money, but you know that on some level you could be contributing perhaps at a higher level. I've got a huge goal to be able to sponsor 100 sponsored children. It's something that's very dear to my heart, and it's been there for a long time, and so I'm continuing to work on that. So it's like it's my responsibility to step up and to create more abundance in my own life, so that I can actually fulfill that goal and that dream. And whatever it is that you desire, you would not be desiring that, you wouldn't have the desire for it if there wasn't the way already forward to be able to create that. So we've just got to get ourselves out of the way with all of the old stories, the fears that we're telling ourselves, and the ways that we hold ourselves back, the ways that we guard our heart. We don't allow love in, we don't allow appreciation in, or we deflect that, or we deny our own power, which cuts us off from the inner power, where then we feel like we've got to try and grab at money or control money, or feel like money controls us, or we're feeling powerless around money. So taking back our own power is the greatest way to step forward around all of this. And I'd love to, if this really resonates, come play with us. It's going to be an amazing experience over the 5 weeks. We've got Q&As during the week where you can personally ask me questions online, get all of those deeper shifts and things happening for you, as well as 5 online trainings that'll be delivered for you to do in your own time, your own space, and doing the deep inner work. Of course, you have to show up for yourself. There's no good just, you know, investing in the course but not actually doing any of the inner work. It is confronting emotionally. It's not for the faint of heart. But if you really want to take things to the next level, if you are willing to change, if you're willing to dive into some of that deeper story stuff that's been holding you back, then definitely jump in. And I can't wait to see you in the course. The course will shut, the doors will shut on Monday, the 1st of April. So if this is something that really resonates, jump in. And I'd love to see you in there. Hey, Pato, great to have you on. And great, Tracy. I'm pleased that that was helpful for you. Have an amazing day, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lots of love to you all, and have an amazing day. Catch you later. Bye.